can you pause it there for a moment? Hi, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but my name's Steven, and that's me there stepping onto the scale. And by the look of things, you might think that I've got it figured out. But let's take a step back. This was me just over 12 months ago. And you want to know the scary thing? I thought I was in good shape. You have to understand, I have an active resume. I played sports growing up like any other kid and fell in love with baseball, a love that actually carried me to play through college. After undergrad, I picked up running. Not really sure where it would take me, but I ended up running 3 half marathons and the full distance marathon at the San Francisco Marathon in 2019. But then the pandemic hit. But I thought, hey, that won't stop me from running, right? No way. I even ran the half marathon distance on my own in April of that year. But over the next 2 years, I found myself snacking more and moving less. And who didn't drink more at the beginning of the pandemic, right? I mean, only a monster could refuse those Trader Joe's deals, right? But the real weight game came when my wife and I moved from the Bay Area to Sacramento County in the spring of 2022. I had just accepted a new job with a dream situation of working from home, and back in that very office, in fact, I was just talking to you in. However, updates to our home led us to live in a construction zone for a full year without access to our kitchen. And you know what that means? Eating out for every meal. Now, don't get me wrong, I still went out for runs in the morning. Well, most mornings. But I found myself getting really frustrated. Running a 5K had become a monumental effort, and I just wasn't hitting any of the paces that I was used to hitting. I even joined a gym and worked really hard, 3 to 5 days a week from May of 2023 to May of 2024. I would run the mile to the gym, which didn't feel easy, by the way, do my workout, and then walk the distance back. I was confident that this formula would get me back into shape, but after a full year, give me 1 second. But after a full year, I was frustrated. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted in the mirror or on the scale. You see, it's difficult to comprehend the aggregate or the full effects of how your body is changing, for better or for worse, when you look in the mirror every day. So in my head, I still told myself that I was in shape. I was still that guy who got his first tattoo to commemorate his first full marathon, which was now 5 years in the past. I even picked up skiing with my best friend in the winter, and in the summer we played disc golf all the time. So I was good, right? Well, this brings us to May of 2024, when I saw this guy in the mirror. And at 247 pounds, I knew I had to make a change. So what did I do? Well, I'll tell you. Kidding. I did not do steroids. But can you imagine the possibilities? Think about how good I'd look. No, kids, don't do steroids. What really happened was I came across a YouTube channel called Global Triathlon Network, which teaches people all about the sport of triathlon and gives advice for newbies and experienced triathletes alike. And honestly, I was hooked. After all, I still have that marathoner mentality in the back of my head, the one that has this weird mental magnet that'll pull your body in whichever direction will push it to the furthest, just to see how far you could go. So, I found the closest gym with a lap pool and signed up. My membership actually included a free intro personal training session. And after attending, I decided to sign up for 3 months of strength training. This time, more motivated than ever to make a change. Now, what I learned during those 3 months was invaluable. And I wouldn't be here where I am today without those lessons. So shout out to Ricardo. I won't say where he works, as I know this video is just gonna make me just massively famous, and I wouldn't want to thrust stardom onto him without his permission. Just kidding, of course. But you see, I had been going about strength training all the wrong way. Before, I would do the same sets and reps and muscle groups every single time, only ever training my triceps, biceps, and chest. Now, how does that saying go? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? Well, if you follow the same gym routine every time, your body becomes accustomed to the workout, and it will have less work to do the same things, resulting in less calorie burn and ultimately stalled muscle growth. So Ricardo introduced me to many different ways of working out each muscle group, and I learned to rotate through working out different parts of the body. And on top of that, I began going to a local nutrition shop where I learned the value of different supplements, leading to my now everyday incorporation of creatine, glutamine, and protein powder. The shop also had a free in-body scan machine, which gives you a really good idea of your body fat percentage, your muscle mass, visceral fat, bone density, hydration, you name it. But importantly, it also includes your BMR, or your basal metabolic rate, which essentially tells you how many calories you need to consume to maintain your body as is. So, simple math, if you consume less calories than you burn, you'll lose weight. But the key word here is weight. The real trick is keeping or gaining muscle mass while cutting calories. You see, your body needs extra energy for muscle tissue to repair and grow, but by cutting calories, you're refusing the body the energy it needs for that growth. But I know I'm digressing here, so maybe that could be a video for another time. If you're interested in hearing all about all that, throw something in the comments, and I'll be happy to make something. So, now armed with this knowledge, I trained hard, both at the gym and for the sprint triathlon that I signed up for in October. And I even mixed in a century ride or a 100-mile bike ride in the fall as well. But boy, was I nervous for that triathlon. So fast forward to October 27th, 2024. I showed up on race day down to 200 pounds. And after 5 months of relentless effort, I was feeling really sick. Yeah, remind me to tell you the story about watching a football game in a fevery haze later that night in the hotel. Whew, boy. But I was determined to go through with that race, especially after working so hard to get to that starting line. So that's exactly what I did. I pushed through and finished with a time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 12 seconds to be exact, which was a respectable time for a newbie. A sick one, but yeah, a sick newbie, sure. And more importantly, I had earned the title of triathlete. But I wasn't done there. No, surely I couldn't hang up my triathlon cleats after just 5 months. No way. So within the next few weeks, I registered for my very first Ironman 70.3 and was back at the training. Except this time, I was starting 6 days of training per week, along with 3 strength trainings on top of that, which amounted to 15 plus hours of exercise per week at the height of my schedule. But let's fast forward to today. With less than 2 weeks now until my race day, what does all of this have to do with my weight loss journey? Why am I sharing all of this? Well, to be honest, I'm just a regular guy. And if a regular guy with a full-time job can do this, so can you. Another reason I wanted to share my story with you all is because the internet is just jam-packed with misinformation about weight loss. The amount of shorts and reels I see with people over-promising or saying, if you do this, I guarantee you'll look like that, is just unbelievable. And I'll be honest, this journey hasn't all been easy. Even today, I struggle with body dysmorphia, I'll admit. Reaching 7% body fat doesn't fix your mental struggles. I still find myself looking in the mirror only to see myself as I was a year ago. One of the biggest lessons I think I'd like to impart is only do this weight loss journey for yourself. It may feel really good to hear compliments about how you look from other people, but people won't always be there to tell you that. You can't rely on an external source to feel good about yourself. Look good for yourself and for your own health. That's really the true key to happiness on this journey. Not to say that I'm quite at that place yet, but I promise you I'm working on it. And I'll leave you with one last thought, which is be kind to yourself. Not too long ago, I looked at the photo of myself from a year ago and felt disgusted. That was wrong. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today. That person made the decision to make a change and got the work started. I'm so grateful for that person and each person in these progress pics because each of them decided to keep on going. And the person I'm most grateful for is my wife, Hillary. Thank you for supporting me no matter what and throughout this journey. You've been there to pick up the slack on the 5-hour training days, and I couldn't have done any of this without you. All right, friends, thanks so much for stopping by and listening to my journey. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, stay happy and stay healthy. Oh, wait, that's Dr. Mike. He says that. Oh, well, I'll have to figure out a catchphrase for another time. Well, be whoop. Ah, dang it, that's still Dr. Mike.